Every day you open the news and you just, as a South African, you just hang your head and you go, well, here we go. It can't get any worse, right? And then the next day happens and you go, oh, never mind. I stand corrected. And so on and so forth it goes. Please consider hitting the like button if you enjoy what I do, and the subscribe button. It's literally one button. And if you hate what I do, if you suddenly turn around and say, I hate this guy, it's literally just one button again. You can click it and you're done, free of me forever. So let's quickly talk. Ladies and gentlemen, South Africa is now categorized as a mafia state. The numbers here is just back-breaking and so sad. Organized criminal networks have entrenched themselves in multiple industries across South Africa, including construction, transport, township businesses, mining, and nightlife. Just listen to this. Between April 2019 and March 2024, 6,056 extortion cases were reported in South Africa. Despite 2,389 arrests, there were only 178 convictions. This already signals a massive problem within our justice system. Not only are we not able to arrest all of the people who are committing these crimes, but once they're arrested, our courts are so captured that none of these people actually end up in jail. This is a serious problem. Then you have, of course, KwaZulu-Natal's provincial police commissioner, Nala Mkhwanazi, claimed that criminal syndicates are corrupting law enforcement from within. We have the claims about the police commissioner, claims about the police minister. Mkhwanazi effectively set off a firestorm. What did the ANC do? They opened another commission. Not a criminal inquiry, not a criminal proceeding. No, another commission, presidential. Why is this so important? Well, if you were to allow the justice system to launch its own investigation, it would lead to arrests. That's the whole point of a court, right? To hand down punishment and render judgment. But if it's a presidential inquiry or commission, that commission and inquiry has no power to punish the individuals that is under its investigation. It can merely make suggestions, which is what happened with the Zondo Commission. And as you all know, nothing actually happened there, right? Mkhwanazi actually showed how around 121 case dockets were reportedly removed in early 2025, purportedly to shield politically connected individuals. So he made a bunch of serious accusations, right? But then you have, of course, these accusations have raised concerns that South Africa is becoming a mafia state where the structures of government are captured and run in the interest of criminal networks. Then, of course, you have Professor Andre Dievenage from Northwest University. He's a political analyst who had the following to say. He explained that a mafia state or criminal state is where crime is rife and organized crime has reached a level where it is difficult to distinguish between political and criminal elite. South Africa has a weak state and a strong organized crime. This combination is bad news for a country and can create a mafia state. He said South Africa's government has been involved in numerous crime scandals, including the arms deal, the oil deal scandal, the Nkandla debacle, and state capture. There was virtually no reaction from the criminal justice system, despite promises from President Cyril Ramaphosa. All of this really, really bad for us, right? The final thing here, the South African police departments and the whole criminal justice system in the country are dysfunctional, according to Mr. Dievenage. One figure which shows this dysfunction is that only 1 out of every 100 murders is successfully prosecuted. That's insane. But look at this, guys. Globalized Organized Crime Index ranking. There are entire criminal or war zones. Myanmar, for example, is an actual war zone. The Democratic Republic of Congo is an active war zone. South Africa is on par with these countries. We're basically the 7th most criminally connected country in the world. And there's a number of these countries, by the way, where you and I would not want to live. Colombia, famous for drug cartels running the entire show. Mexico, famous for drug cartels running the entire show. In fact, you have the government on the one side in Mexico as a criminal gang, and then you have that facing off against all the other criminal gangs in Mexico. Very, very dangerous place. Paraguay, same problem. Congo, been at war pretty much forever, right? Nigeria, also a lot of gangs, a lot of violence, a lot of drugs. And then South Africa, not that far behind them. This is really bad news because most of these countries, you know what they all have in common? They're failed states. Most of these countries, with the exception of Mexico, and the only thing that saves Mexico is its proximity to the US. Because it's so close to the US, because it's able to trade with the US, and get a lot of help from the US, Mexico is able to maintain a reasonable state within its own country, at least in certain regions of the country. Whereas all of these other places, Myanmar, you wouldn't want to go there. Colombia, wouldn't want to go there. Paraguay, very, very carefully, I guess you could say. The Democratic Republic of Congo, who the hell would want to go there, right? Nigeria, maybe, but only certain areas. South Africa is counted among these places. Do you have any idea how bad this is? More importantly, do you have any idea what this says about our country? Right? How amazing this country could actually be if we had a government that actually just did its job. Right? Consider where we are. Most of these other countries are complete failed states, completely war torn countries. We are on this list, and we have a country that is still chugging along reasonably well, right? Most of our cities are kind of functioning, not quite, but kind of. We have a world class business sector that is still trying to keep this country going. If we had a government that was actually serious about this country, serious about the economy, dude, can you imagine what we could do? I thought I'd end this video at least on a bit of a positive note because it's been a bad day for news. I know. It's been a bad day for news. But let me know in the comment section down below. As always, thank you so much for everything. Thank you to everyone that's hitting the like button, the subscribe button, and the comments. I really appreciate all of the support that you guys give. Massive shout out to all of the patrons and the YouTube members for supporting this channel. If you want to become a patron, link in the description, or just hit the join button below this video. As always, be good to each other, be kind to each other, and I'll see all of you in the next one. Peace.